Is my voice okay, Naresh here?
Are you able to listen my voice?
Yes, I can. How about mine?
Yes, madam, it is clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see if any comments we receive from our participants.
Sure.
Yeah, they are joining back actually. They are joining back. We have not started, sir. Sanjeev Kumar, sir. Sanjeev Kumar Tiwari, sir. We have not started. We are just sharing and checking the audio and other frequencies. Hello, madam. Good afternoon. Hello, madam. Shall we start the session?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, please start it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope I'm clear. So let us go through this session on social engineering attacks. So I'll take you through a few experimental demos and then some information about social engineering attacks that have already happened and how do we prevent or deal with them in case they happen. So let us go through the real-time threat map to set the ground for this talk. So you can have a look at this. Hope you can see this Kaspersky's real-time dashboard. And this dashboard shows you present at now, at this point of time, number of attacks that are happening and from which region. And as you drill down, you'll be able to know what are the intrusions that are happening across the globe. You know Kaspersky, we install in our systems to protect our systems from virus or malware. So they collect all the data from the systems they are deployed and then have come out with this dashboard. Similarly, we have Fortinet, another vendor, as you can see here. Hope you can see the screen. And the sources of attacks and the targets of attacks, region-wise. I'm talking about. Just imagine over an hour how many attacks might happen. Over one day, how many attacks might happen. And now all these attacks, as you can see at the bottom in the dialog box, is all about highly malicious attacks or medium attacks or critical attacks and the location where they're targeted. So as you can see at the left dialog box, so it tells you that there is a Microsoft web server related attack happening at Singapore, and then some PHP file inclusion attacks and a lot of stuff. So now this is about just two vendors. I'm talking about just two vendors. And just imagine putting all the vendors together. So we have McAfee, we have ClamAV, we have a lot of firewall vendors like Cisco and so on. Putting all the data that they collect together, just imagine how many attacks might be happening at this point of time. Now, the intrusion attacks, the malware attacks, or the virus attacks, all of them are normally due to somebody visiting a fake website or somebody downloading an attachment in the email or related stuff. Most of the originators or the cause of these attacks are because of social engineering. Social engineering is an organized process. It's a term used for a broad range of malicious activities accomplished through human interactions. It uses psychological manipulation to trick users into making security mistakes or giving away sensitive information. Social engineering attacks could be caused through the technology like emails, like websites, like the machines, or people can directly involve themselves through somebody coming to your system, uh, making a phone call to you. So there are a lot of names for these social engineering attacks. These are email phishing attacks, baiting, Wi-Fi phishing, SMS phishing, or it's also called as smishing, QR code-based attacks, impersonation, attacks at console, phishing through voice calls or phone calls, and lot of other frauds and scams that happen through phone calls. What are all these? Email phishing. Attacks that make use of emails are called as email phishing attacks. They're normally used to gather information or exploit a vulnerability. What is a vulnerability? So if you're using some software, an operating system, or some kind of a software like Word or browser or any other application for that matter, If that is not up to date, if some bugs are inherently lying with the system, then that vulnerability may be exploited by the attackers. Emails are also used to gather information about the organization in which the machine is used to open the email attachments. So they can find out the IP addresses of the machine, the operating system that is presently used, and the browser version, and lot of other stuff. Another attack is baiting. This normally caused through USB drives or the CDs. So these are the techniques used to embed a known vulnerability and create a backdoor. And what is a backdoor? So once your operating system has got a vulnerability, all the fixes are not applied, all the patches are not applied, then there is a possibility that an attacker may exploit that vulnerability and create a channel to his own system at a remote place. This is normally used by USB sticks and CDs too. So whenever you inject a CD, which is having malicious software, it may automatically run and carry out run a logic that it was written for. Attackers can create a Trojan, which is again a malware that will provide backdoor access to the system by either using the auto run feature or when a user clicks to open the files inside a drive. Wi-Fi phishing. A fake Wi-Fi network can be set up in places like restaurants or public parks or open spaces or um, airport lounges or railway station lounges. So temporarily, a fake Wi-Fi network can be set up whose name resembles that particular place or the airport lounge or the railway station. Now somebody might see the SSID and may observe that it is free and it doesn't have a password. So user may directly get connected to that service. And now everything of yours will be sent in plain text. So we should be careful whenever we are connecting to free Wi-Fi networks. Other set of attacks are voice-based social engineering attacks. They involve voice messages and they trick users to leak sensitive information. You may get a phone call and you may be told that your old LIC policy is for due and is you can collect the money. So they'll ask you to provide some OTPs and tell you that looks amount will get credited into your account. So if you answer them, if you allow them to mind trap you, so you're already under attack. So this is a typical phishing attack wherein people take SIM cards with some number and then they telephone the end user and then they ask for OTP. And now if somebody shares the OTP, their accounts are debited with the money. And even if you try to call them back on the same SIM card, the SIM card will be already thrown. Whatever kind of a phishing attack you're talking about, they fall under social engineering attacks. So phishing means sending false emails or sending links which are fake through SMS, through WhatsApp, or through email. And they appear as though they come from the legitimate sources. And these sources look very close to genuine sources with minor differences. And victims are tricked into sending their personal or sensitive information. And this information is used by attackers for their malicious purposes. This is used to know passwords, account numbers, credit or debit card numbers, pins. If you share that information with them, automatically your accounts will be accessed by them. So this data directly goes to the attacker's database. You might be surprised to know phishing as a service is becoming popular. So you pay and then somebody can be phished. Phishing economy has started getting industrialized. It's a big market by itself. And phishing kits like antivirus toolkits or Microsoft Office kit, phishing kits, which have all the tools for performing these social engineering attacks, they're made available. So what are the typical attacks that we have been seeing over the past 2 years, ever since the COVID has broken down? So here you have web application attacks, which means website related or web software related attacks. As you can see the graphs, they're all-time high. Okay, they surged like anything over the past 2 years. So there was a report published by Akamai, which says a whopping number of 628729147 number of web attacks globally, and of them most of them are financial services sector related attacks. So how are all these attacks carried out? Through malwares mostly. And what is malware? It is malicious software. What does it do? It does whatever it was written for by the attacker, whatever program it was written for. What it can do is it can encrypt your data and demand ransom. To decrypt, it may irritate you with a lot of advertisements. It may record keystrokes. They may steal your credentials, username and password, logins and passwords of your accounts. And whatever key you would press, entering sensitive information, say in a banking website, you're entering some data. That data can be recorded and sent through the channel, backdoor channel, to the attacker's system. How does it come to your computer? So whenever you download some softwares or some files from web pages that you do not know, you're not sure about, or somebody sends you an email and you download that attachment. Attachment may come with malicious software or as a file from USB or other media. Or you might be downloading some softwares through torrent-like website, but then torrents are good programs. But then the files that you're downloading may be infected ones. Using cracked versions of softwares like Windows, they may leave a lot of doors open for attackers and other programs to come and stay in your PC. How do you know there is malware in your system? Increased CPU usage, system may hang and may not respond to any mouse click or command. Strange icons might appear on your desktop. Strange files with very awry names might be seen in your system. Files may get encrypted and sometimes files may be deleted based on the malware that got installed in your machine. So what are these malwares? There are a lot of malware types. Viruses are a few. So there are hundreds and thousands of virus programs or worms or trojans or ransomware, spywares, adwares, botnets, and keyloggers. These are just to name a few. So these are all categories of malwares. Each category might have thousands of programs, malicious programs with their own variants. There are lots of different types of malware available, with some more harmful than the others. And it is said around 230,000 new malware samples are produced every day. And each strain has its own individual way of infecting and damaging computers. So malware is fast becoming one of the biggest threats online and has been used in some of the world's largest cyber attacks. You must be remembering many of the government offices' systems got infected with WannaCry way back in 2017. And this affected around 150 countries. This WannaCry, which I was just mentioning in the previous slide, it locks up the system. It encrypts the files and produces a screen like this. You cannot enter your system. And what does it say? Your important files are encrypted. Many of your documents, photos, videos, databases, and other files are no longer accessible because they have been encrypted. Okay, and it says nobody can recover your files without our decryption service. And how to recover the files? Make a payment in Bitcoin. Okay, and the Bitcoin address is this at the bottom in the box, as you can see. Send $300 worth of Bitcoin to this address. Okay, there is also a warning here, as you can see on the left side, my screen's left side. So your files will be lost on so and so date. Payment will be raised by so and so date. So look, your whole system is under the control of a remote attacker. So SonicWall, another company, the researchers over there observed 623.3 million attacks globally. And this total marked a 105% increase over 2020 and more than triple the number seen in 2019. So it's multiplying year by year. Now, how do we prevent such attacks? Use antivirus softwares. It doesn't matter which software, but you have to keep it up to date. Every day, you have to connect to the internet and keep the database of malwares, which that antivirus software tests all the downloads against. That database should be up to date always. So if you're not updating your antivirus and a new malware comes into the market, and if you by chance your browser has downloaded it, if it is not already up to date, your antivirus software will not be able to detect that newly downloaded malware. And we can also check it with a website called as virustotal.com. So let me show you how. Okay. So here is the program, virustotal.com, and all of you can use this. So let me load a malware code. So I've just told you about WannaCry, which encrypts and asks for money through Bitcoin. So I'm just typing its So any file that you download, you just upload it. And here you go. Okay, so you can see it here. So virus total says 58 security vendors and one sandbox has flagged this file as malicious. So the file that you have just downloaded from the internet is malware. And all these vendors, Alibaba, AVG, ClamAV, Bitdefender, these are all different companies, Fortinet, Microsoft, Kaspersky, McAfee, all these people, they mark it as Trojan. Okay. Like this, you can either enter the website that you're visiting. Say, for example, I want to check if gmail.com is a genuine website or not. Yes, all the security vendors say it's a clean website. Okay, so like this, you have lot of information, many websites which actually help you do this. So this is about virus. Okay, so yeah, you can either use antivirus softwares or whenever you're downloading a file, check it with virustotal.com. What if these programs get installed in your machine or in an organization, a set of machines? So in 2014, Sony Pictures infrastructure was all hacked. And there was a huge data breach. The data included personal information about Sony Pictures employees and their families, emails between employees, information about executive salaries at the company, copies of the then Sony films, plans for future Sony films, scripts for certain films, and lots of other information. Not just leaking the information, the attackers also employed a variant of Shamoon Viper malware to erase off all the systems of Sony. Why was this done? So this group called Guardians of Peace, they were against a movie's release titled Interview. And it was a comedy about a plot to assassinate their leader. Threatened all the US theaters not to screen. And so the film's formal release was postponed and only digital release followed the next day. LinkedIn hack 2012, again in 2016, and recently 2021. So a lot of many people's email addresses, they were breached. And in 2016, there was news that those users' email IDs, hashed passwords, and all the details that they loaded into LinkedIn website, they were put on sale in the darknet. Similarly, Netflix again had a similar attack. Over 110 million Netflix subscribers received an email with a link asking the people to fill the form by following that link. And many people they answered that, and they shared their credit card details and sensitive information with the attackers. So the mail was not from Netflix, it was from certain other attackers who could get hold of Netflix customer database. So this was about the WannaCry attack, which locks the whole system. So it targeted a lot of countries. There are a lot of news items reported in India as well. So be it power outages or banking related or financial institutions related attacks. So there's one interesting thing. Almost a year ago, Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. So Colonial Pipeline, an American oil pipeline system that originates in Houston, Texas, and carries gasoline and jet fuel mainly to the southeastern United States, suffered a ransomware cyber attack that impacted computerized equipment managing the pipeline. In response, Colonial Pipeline Company halted all of the pipeline's operations to contain the attack. And with the assistance of FBI, Colonial Pipeline paid the requested ransom, which is 75 bitcoins, or an equivalent of $4.4 million on that day, within several hours after the attack. And the hackers then sent a software application to restore their network, but the network later on operated very slowly. Stock exchanges even are not spared. Government officials keep getting lot of spam mails, and lot of malware is circulated through several means. Before attacking, these attackers actually gather information. So like, look at this. This is a simple website which can create a link which will be sent through SMS or WhatsApp or email. And if somebody clicks on that, it automatically logs the IP and also gets information about the operating system, then coordinates of that system, which city the system is located, and so on. So like this, you have a lot of tools available for free. And similarly, people send fake mails, and you should, whenever you have suspicion, to check whether it is a fake mail or not, you click on the three dots over here if it is Gmail. So similar methods exist in other email services as well. Go to show original and then check if the test is passed. So if the service provider says it is in compliance with the security policies, then you can think of it as a mail from a genuine source and not from a fake source. Google dorking is another method. So through Google itself, people can search for your Facebook data. From the Facebook data, they can make up your organization's name. And from the organization's name, they can go to that portal, get the email IDs, and then start sending you. Similarly, we have a lot of other, messages getting communicated. Like you have Google hacking database. Look here. So 20th July 2022. So all the possibilities of searching web pages or programs that have got bugs is all published here. So many people, they tell you about lot of vulnerabilities or lot of bugs available in, you know, the web pages. So people can actually use those and then find out or exploit them. Similarly, lot of content that is circulated is all fake. So you have many applications called as deep fakes. So wherein videos are generated and circulated or photographs are morphed and lot of false information is circulated in the public. Whenever a website is hacked, any government organizations or any private organizations, a school, a colleges, like for instance here, like Google is a search engine, you have a data breach search engine called Smishing. So, and then what is this data breach search engine? If a website is hacked, its database might be leaked, and that database is all stored in the search engine, and people can access emails, passwords, and lot of other stuff that was uh, breached from the hacked website. So Snusbase indexes information from websites that have been hacked and had their database leaked. And the website people say our users have access to search for their emails, names, usernames, IP addresses, phones, password hashes, and much more. We display every result in full as they were provided with only occasional edits to remove information that we are legally prohibited from storing. Okay. So there are websites like Have I Been Pawned? So you can, like, I'm typing my mail ID. So you can type your mail ID in the same website. Look, what does this mean? So if I subscribe to some airline ticket booking portal or uh, some e-commerce portals like Amazon or Flipkart or local websites. And if that website is breached, so then my this mail ID with which I have subscribed to, with which I have opened an account, that and its corresponding password will also be leaked in that hack. Okay, so now this haveibeenpawned.com website tells me that all the websites with which I have created an account with my mail ID, okay, none of them was breached. Please let me know in the chat window after typing your mail ID if you get any pawnage found. So you'll get some website names uh, which are already breached. So please post in the chat window if you have any. So what if you find those websites already attacked and your information is out in the public? So the next immediate thing we should do is unsubscribe with that website, the first one, if you're not using it. The second is if you are really using it and if you want to continue using it, change the password. And the third is like if you're using the same password with your other accounts, change all those passwords. You might have observed several SMSs coming to your mobile with a link. Okay, that is called as smishing or SMS phishing through SMSs. And these links are normally fake links, which try to grab your details of the machine that you're using, of the mobile and its operating system, the version. So knowing the version, they can actually find out if it is up to date or not. They know the latest versions. So if you are not up to date, it is likely that some vulnerability which was exposed in the earlier version might be used by the attacker and your mobile might be exploited. Similarly, QR codes. So when you scan with your app, yes, somebody says, yeah, their mail is okay. Their mail is appearing. Okay, so then the only thing you should do is those passwords immediately. And if you're not using these accounts, unsubscribe with them. There's no point in putting your information in those websites when you're not using them. Roy G, three websites. Okay. How are these SMSs sent? We have a lot of websites, and I'm giving you one sample. So people simply use these services by paying. So sender's number, recipient's number, date and time when the SMS should go, what is the text you should send, the text message, and you need to buy some licenses and then put that code and just send the SMS. That's it. So once you send an SMS with a fake link, you may get a clone page like this. So this link, as you can see, www.sanaugustin.tourism, and at the end you have Facebook. And then you can see a cloned Facebook page, an exact replica of Facebook. Now people may immediately email and password, right? So, but then whenever you're sending information to some website, please mind the URL. Otherwise, what happens? Let me show you. Hope you can see the screen. So if you click on an SMS link, okay, I'm cloning a Google page. So this looks like an exact Google page, right? You can see here, right? And so the black screen that you see behind is attacker's server, okay? And this is the message that the user gets. This is the web page that the user gets when he clicks on the SMS link or WhatsApp link or email link. And I'm typing something like QWERTY at gmail.com. And password is 123456789. Sign in. Now, what does the attacker system have? Look here. They get all the usernames and the passwords. Okay. So, what is this exactly? Look, previously I had some fake link, and now I'm forwarded to the actual Google page. Now, when I click on Gmail, I'll be sent to the actual Gmail thing. You can see the lock symbol here. It's verified by Google, and it has a HTTPS symbol. So this means it is secure. My previous page was not having that. Now you can see, so whenever you don't see a trusted log symbol and HTTPS, never ever give passwords. That is definitely a phishing link which you receive through SMS. So people normally send Amazon offers or some other festival offer. You'll get a laptop immediately, or some cash will be credited, or your KYC update, you click here. So never feed your important information or click on that link. Okay. Hope this clears the thing. So this is about this clone page. This is a Facebook page, and the one I have shown you is a Google page, and you may have SBI page, or you may have some other your own office's web page. Okay, it looks trustable, but just have a look at the URL, and you'll be able to make out whether you should proceed with it or not. And sometimes people might approach you, your office, as though they are from IT help desk, and they may ask for laptop and can directly implant the backdoors. They need not send it through SMS or through uh, emails. Okay, so whenever you click on a link, one thing is, if you're trying to log in, your login name and password will be carried away to the attacker system. Or the second thing is, like, a malicious program might get installed in your machine or mobile, and that could be a persistent trapdoor. So it will remain even if you'll switch off, and it remains for days and months together. Similarly, somebody might sit at your system and then open the browser settings and look for the password. So never ever say save my password whenever a browser asks you to say okay. So antivirus software, if deployed, will show you these alerts saying suspicious action, some keylogger program is trying to run. So we have carried out a small experiment, and so with the laptop as the attacker system and the mobile to which an SMS is sent. It's loading. Please give me a second. So the laptop is the attacker server. So the scenario is like, you send an SMS. When you click on that SMS link, an app, a malicious mobile app, gets downloaded into the mobile device. And now once it is installed, a backdoor is connected to the attacker system, and attacker has full control of your mobile device. So you can see here. So a malicious app is presently getting generated, and a connection is getting established between the server and the mobile device. For that purpose, an SMS is sent with a link, and the link, that particular web page has a malicious app. Now, when you click on the link, that app gets downloaded and gets installed on the machine. And once it is installed, once the connection is established, you can see attacker can actually find out any kind of an information. Like, he can find out Android version. So he can dump the SMS. He can dump the call logs, all the calls record. So he can send the ringer mode to vibrate mode, or he can send an SMS from your phone to somebody else. All these things can be done. And these call log dumps, so these call log dumps can be viewed. SMS dumps can be viewed. Okay. So anything is possible if you click on those links which are sent intentionally. It's just to, give you a information that anything is possible in your mobile if you install apps just like that without performing proper surveys and reading proper reviews. Always ensure you are downloading apps from Google Play Store and read the reviews before installing them. So how to be anonymous? Sometimes we are required to browse the net. So we have Proton Mail or for emailing like Gmail. We have Epic Browser, which maintains privacy, which doesn't remember the links that we search, and it doesn't track our coordinates and the stuff. DuckDuckGo, then which is a search engine like Google. Then Signal app is another app like WhatsApp, but maintains privacy. Whenever you are required to subscribe to a particular website, so don't give your regularly used mail ID. Either maintain a separate mail ID for all such stuff, or you can make use of 10minutemail.com, which will be discarded immediately. Similarly, whenever you find a video of somebody going viral in your WhatsApp or in your in the Facebook, so the first thing you should do is stop circulating that. And for that purpose, you can create your case. So you can upload that file, and then the website people will automatically take care of stopping that stuff. Similarly, if a Facebook account is compromised, please go to this link, facebook.com/hack. My account is compromised, and then you'll be asked for some information and you'll be helped. Government of India has got a national cybercrime reporting portal. So please do report here and track your complaint. Then if you purchase something online within the premises of Indian government, then you can file a complaint here, consumerhelpline.gov.in. Especially for women, you have National Commission for Women, the NIC website, wherein you can register any complaint and keep track of the things. So please do have antivirus softwares in your system. Always keep them up to date. And whenever you are doing banking transactions, any financial transaction for that matter, through mobile or through website, always be careful about suspicious looking pop-ups that appear during your browsing session, as they indicate malware infestation. Similarly, never share your PIN, password, or credit debit card numbers or CVV to anyone whom you do not know. And whenever in a website you're trying to feed some financial or in the context of finances, some kind of sensitive information, look for HTTPS and the lock symbol. And never share your KYC documents, bank statements, checkbooks, passbook with strangers. So even in case you want to, just strike it off, put an initial, and write the purpose for which you have shared that Xerox copy, the photocopy of that document. So please be aware of the social engineering attacks, especially through the mail. Look who has sent the mail. Look if it is a bulk mail going to many. Look of the text that is written. So if you're suspicious about, never click the links that are obtained in the message. Like Bank of America, here is written as ARNERICA. Okay, it's not America, it's Arnerica. So please be cautious when clicking links from suspicious mails. What I have told you is just a drop in the ocean. I have done phishing attack and credential stuffing, means username, password related attacks. You have lot of other attacks happening. And please be careful whenever you are browsing the net. For more information, you can visit our infosecawareness.in website, which is being maintained by Information Security Education Awareness Program of MeitY, Government of India, for which the PMU is at CDAC. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for a wonderful session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Naresh Garu. So if there are any questions?
Yeah, I'm just looking for any queries. Can you please see in the chat box, ma'am, if any for any questions?
Yes, yes. There are no questions. Somebody just posted like this. Are there any parameters to assess risks or safety of a browser? Browse in incognito mode. So keep your browser up to date. Keep like every now and then there are updates available. Please update them. That is one, so that you can lower the risk. And incognito mode, uh, it's just private mode, so it doesn't mean you're vulnerable. So you're vulnerable if whenever you're downloading some stuff, you're vulnerable. So privacy means only till that particular system, and the service providers and the website people, all of them, they know that your browsing behavior. Yes, OS cracked versions, please do not use. Yes, yes, you have to change your password. Gayatri ji. Any more questions? Yes, Avijit Roy ji, cracked versions of operating systems, they're not secure to use. Any more questions? Okay, Naresh Garu, if there are no questions.
Yes, ma'am. There are no questions, it seems.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time. The next session handled by Mr. Jagdish Babu. And sir, are you there?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Would you
please,
like
please.
to start the session or want to give
No,
some 5 minutes break?
Please give me please give me the permission. We will start because time is very less.
Okay.
And good afternoon all. And of course, like we are going to have last session, but not least session, right? In this session, we are going to cover some of the aspects which are related to these things. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? Yeah. I just wanted some responses in the chat area. Are we all ready for the next session or not? If you are all ready, then we will continue. Otherwise, we have to see other option. Thank you so much. I just wanted at least some 200 plus responses from you. Now I'm just getting very few responses. I wanted more responses, more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you. Yeah, as I told you, like in the last but not least session. So this we were, yeah. Thank you so much, and sir and madam, for your thing. Thank you so much. In this particular session, like we are going to have social networking. I think like you are already undergone 3 sessions. One is information security, cyber security, and those aspects. In the second session, we have covered up browser security, password, and mobile app security and all. In the third session, which has happened just now, where Professor Vali Kumar Imam dealt with social engineering attacks like phishing, smishing, which everyone undergoes that kind of issues. And in the last session, we are going to discuss about social networking, safety and security. And if the time permits, we are also going to cover few aspects which are related to the financial security, right? So that's the thing which I am planning to do it. In this particular session, we are going to talk about social networking and secure financial transactions. And after this session, we just don't want to leave you like that. Like you all can pursue the e-learning courses for further education. So I also will show you like what was the e-learning course, where you have to register, and how to get your certification. You are all attending this training program from morning. So like we are going to organize a small assessment, and based on the small assessment, like we will be giving a participation like MeitY participation certificate. We'll be giving it to all the participants. Okay, so that is how my session is scheduled. So social networking, I myself am Jagdish Babu. I'm the project manager for this ISEA project, awareness aspects, and CDEC Hyderabad is executing this project as told to you in the morning session, right? So I think most of the people are aware like what is the social networking and all the things. So I'm not going to the theory part. I'm going to discuss a few important aspects like privacy and security. Like when we are using this, when we are in a social networking platform, like we need to be a bit controlled. If not controlled, like what will happen? So those some of the case studies also I'll show it to you, and we also will work on how do we secure ourselves in these social networking platforms while we are using, right? So this is how like we will be discussing. So there is a small difference, a slight difference between the social media and the social networking. We all will be listening these words frequently: social media and social networking and all the things. Social media is nothing but it is a one-way communication, where like we will, someone is talking and we will be listening. There is nothing called like you cannot respond. But whereas it is a one-way communication channel. But whereas in the social networking, it is a one way. If you want to make it one way, we can make it, and bidirectional. You also can speak, I also can speak, and a multi-directional. Multiple people can speak, multiple people can respond. So that is the advantage which is there in the social media platforms. Okay. So in this social networking service is an online platform which is used to build the social network or social relations with the people who are having a similar interest, whether it could be a career, sports, news, or whatever it is, right? So like you also will be there in some of the groups, and you also will be participating, actively in some of the groups. So that is based on your interest. If at all, if you are, are interested towards the what was happening in the political in India across the other countries. So that kind of groups are there. You can be part of that kind of groups, right? So in the similar way, like you have instant messaging platforms, social networking platforms, all these platforms are there. So based on your interest, you can join any of the platform and you can be there. So that is the one biggest advantage in this social networking. Do you think this social networking is having any boundaries? Or do you think internet is having any boundaries? Can you please respond in the chat area? So my question to all of you is social networking is having any boundaries or not? If yes, please mention yes. If you say no, say no. Right? Can you please say yes or no? Okay. Bharti mom told no. Ram Prakash sir said no. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Oh, okay, thank you so much, ma'am and sir. I think many of the people are telling like there are no boundaries. You are true. You are 100% is true. Social networking, how internet has no boundaries. In the similar way, social networking is also no boundaries. So that is only the reason. Like we have to be careful, when we are in a platforms kind of thing, right? So like, what are the advantages in the social networking platform? You can meet the people across the world. You can be sitting in Delhi, but you can meet the people who are there in US or America, wherever they are. So if the people are there in the space, you can meet them and you can talk to them. Like, that is also happening. We are all seeing, right? And importantly, like, there are two things like which are very famous in the social networking: profile building and self-representation. And if you are a good narrator, or if you are a good writer, if you are a good spokesperson, and you can build your profile, you need not to go anywhere. By sitting in some location, overnight you can become a celebrity, right? So if you have good number of people, you can build your profile, not going anywhere. By sitting at your own place, you can build your profile, and you also represent yourself in a social media platform. In any platform, if someone is asking like whether true or false, yes or no, or like what will happen to the this policy, whatever it is, as we are in a government setup, you all will be bringing out some kind of policies and all the things where you can represent yourself, where you can say like this is true or false. If it is implemented like this way, so these are the consequences. If it is implemented this way, these are the consequences. So such kind of things also, you can represent yourself, you can show your identity, you can represent yourself in the social media platforms. And besides that, like, you have all these things like sharing of information, sharing exchange of information, whatnot. You all will be doing, like, you can see the videos, you can do the business, movies, all such kind of things also happen. Sharing the data files, video, music, and all this. So these are the some advantage of the social networking. The other side, to do all these things, like, what are the different types of social networking platforms we are having? So you have a socializing app, career and business opportunities, online matchmaking, online shopping. These are the various varieties of the socializing apps which are available, where you can communicate, or where you can make your presence and discuss on various aspects with like-minded people or like-minded organization, whatever it is. So these are it is not restricted. There are so many such kind of platforms are available. These are the some of the highest number of people are using. That is only the reason we have done, but not limited. There are so many, as you all know. All right, these are only limited things, like which we are giving an example kind of thing, which are highly used, or maximum number of people are using these kind of things. I think this kind of session screen is also shown to you in the second session. But we all should understand one thing very clearly: whether we sleep or not, the data, at least you will be sleeping for some time, but the data never sleeps. The data never sleeps. The data will always travel. The data, varieties of data is produced in the internet, right? As we all know, internet has no boundaries. People can express, do whatever they want, kind of thing. But at the same time, there are some kind of things that are happening. So henceforth, like, we have to be careful to come out of such kind of issues, kind of thing, right? So what I mean to say is that the data never sleeps. The data always travels. Okay. So since this internet has no boundaries, and data is also never sleep. So because of all these things, there are chances that people are also fall onto the crimes, kind of thing. Many people have fallen into the number of cyber crimes, kind of thing. So there are so many varieties of cyber crimes. In recent times, these are the varieties of crimes which are happening. Fake online sites on pretext of food supply, medicine, and other essentials, and all these kind of things which are happening, right? Medicine, oxygen, because of the COVID things. So these are the kind of things that are happening, and luring people onto the online transactions and hacking the accounts. So one is like, once we are using, or once we are making ourselves, or when we are presenting something, there are always chances that, so people are always observing. People are always observing. So if Jagdish is on internet, so where is Jagdish? What is he doing? So what is his activities? All those things, I need not to come to you. I can find out, what you are doing, how you are doing, which location you are in. All those things we can find out easily. That is how people are, some of the victims are lured through online transactions and account hacking and all, which was shown in the earlier session, and creating fake social media accounts, which is very, very dangerous. When we are using, some of the platforms, when we are posting the pictures and all the things. So I'm also going to discuss, like, what kind of information we are posting. So if you are posting such kind of information, where we are landing up. So those aspects also I'm going to discuss. And importantly, and this pornographic material is also circulated in the internet in a wider aspects. So these things are also leading some of the crimes. Say for example, we all know zero-day attack, right? You will be getting a simple call, simple WhatsApp call, where immediately, if you are accepting that call, if the call is came from an unknown number, if at all if you are accepting that number, we don't know like what it will be displayed kind of thing. So simply they will they will play a video, like they will be in some of the cases they're playing nude video, and immediately when you are watching for a few seconds or whatever it is, and immediately they are also capturing like you are watching that video kind of thing, right? At least they will capture like you are watching something, and immediately that will be sent it to you, says that like you are watching this video if you are not paying the money, and we are going to keep it in a public public platforms. That is how people are got blackmailed and cheated. So these are the kind of things which happens. These are the some of the type of crimes which are happening in recent times, right? But otherwise there are so many crimes, but in recent times these are the type of crimes which are happening in the internet world. Right, when it comes to the India situation, is also the number of crimes are increasing every day. Every day the number of crimes are increasing. These are the some statistics which is some time back, statistics which are happening across the country in various states kind of thing. Only for information we were just showing it to you, right? If it is a OTT platform, it is costing only 499 rupees. The money is very limited amount, but actually it is costing your time. If a cool drink is costing 20 rupees, it cost is very less, but it is costing your health. Social media, yeah, social media is not free. It is costing your focus. Are you all agree with this? Are you all agree with this? Social media is not free and it is costing your focus, right? And there is always hidden cost. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, sir and ma'am. And there is always hidden cost in the golden line management code. When something is free, you are become a product. Are you all agree? When something is free in the digital world or internet world, we have become a product. Will you agree? Yes, yes. Good. Thank you, sir and ma'am. So that is what it is happens. If something is, Amazon is offering, Amazon is celebrating the anniversary, Flipkart is celebrating, Tata is celebrating. If at all, if you are receiving such kind of messages, I think from last 2 to 3 days, that message, is getting populated like anything. Amazon is celebrating. So now Amazon sale is happening. On the pretext of that Amazon sale, many people have got cheated from last 1 week. Okay, many people are got cheated in the last week, right? That is also recorded. It is shown in the media and all the things. So if you are not paying for it, you are the product. Yeah, that is also true. That is also true, sir. That is what we wanted to say. Okay, thank you. So here is survey. It is a few months back. So it says that 59% of Indian adults have become fell victim to the cybercrime over 12 months. That is a report says. Can anyone say like why these adults have become victims to the cyber crime in the chart area? Can you please mention like why adults have become victims in the they are becoming victims over the cyber crimes? Right? Misuse of technology, lure of low cybersecurity literacy. Excellent, Amandeep sir. And due to the lack of knowledge, excellent, Chaubey sir, Umakant sir. Yes, any other responses, please? Smith Roy sir is mentioning misuse of technology. Right, you are right, sir. You're right. Lure of pre-products. Yes, yes, yes. But due to the lack of knowledge, lack of awareness. True, right? So these are the some things, and mostly most of the things in recent times there are new users. There are so many new users which are start using the new users are start using these gadgets. Either it could be a smartphone or a tab or laptop kind of thing. New users are started using. So as you rightly said, the awareness, lack of awareness kind of thing. If some link comes, immediately they will click and they will ask, if they ask for some details kind of thing, if you are submitting, if you are sharing that details, and there are chances that people can fall into victim kind of thing, right? So this is the one report which is talking about. And here this is also not so old. It is recently happened some 10-11 months back. So it has happened in Jammu, right? So he is also like middle class employee like you and me. So what he's done, like he is searching in the internet. So like what are the pension schemes which are available after his retirement. So he's about to retire, like he wanted to invest some amount so that he will get some kind of pension kind of thing after the retirement kind of thing. So in that report, he's started searching that thing, and he was searching on the internet. Immediately got a call saying that, sir, it is understood like you are searching for an investment schemes. Okay, and he sent a link and he started. He believed that person, and after a lot of discussion, he started doing that things. And this person is invested more than 30 lakh rupees kind of thing. And finally, 34 lakh rupees is transacted in 36 consecutive bank transactions. And finally, he was got loan. So you have to be very, very careful when you are searching on internet kind of thing. You have to be very careful. Like what are the search engine numbers or like customer care numbers which are there on the right side of the thing. You have to be carefully analyze those numbers and go to the real websites, legitimate website, and from there you can take a call, take the that customer care number, and you can talk to them. But don't believe like whatever the thing, like when you are searching, when you are searching in the Google, or when you are searching in any search engine, immediately like you will be getting one website. In that website you might have been observed. Anyone observed like what is the first website says? Did anyone observe like what is the first website says when you're searching something in any search engine? Okay, for example, you're searching for something, so like that information is displayed along with the displaying that information. The first site, excellent, excellent, Prasad sir, excellent. So the first website is always comes with the advertisements. Is always comes with the advertisements. So if any website or any mobile app which is containing advertisement kind of thing, you have to be very, very careful. If that kind is a site is containing any advertisements kind of thing, you will be getting pop-ups, you will be distracted, and you will be provided such kind of information. Just simply they will tell, please participate in the survey and win gifts. Will you participate or not? They will tempt you. They will tempt you. Such kind of messages they will tell you, and immediately they will ensure that they will be doing it. So in this similar case also, he is searching something, he's shared all the details, and he lost 34 lakh rupees. And of course, like he lost his loss. When the recovery is there or not. So it is all depends on, in some of the cases it may happen, in some of the cases it may not happen. If the case is happening within the state or within the country, there are chances. If the crime is happening outside the country, the chances are very, very less, right? So these are the some incidents. You can just see that, and these are the a good number of people are using in any. If you take any social media platform, 1/3 of the users are there only from India. So that's the point we have to catch it here, right? When you are in a social media platform, like you will, we all sharing all this information. Will you all agree? Name, mobile number, email ID, birthday photo, and all such kind of things. And unknowingly, morning, like we know that digital footprints we might have been discussed in the second session. In the second session, like in the digital footprints, without your knowledge, lot of information is goes out of your hand. At the same time, we also unknowingly we are also sharing a lot of information. Will you all agree with this? All this information like your name, mobile number, email ID, photo, and all these things is there or not, right? So at least we are receiving some responses which says like it is yes, yes. Okay. So how do we safeguard ourselves? Once this kind of information goes from my hand, my mobile number, email ID, birthday, photos, and all the things, someone can blackmail? If I have your mobile ID, email ID, and some of your photograph and videographs, there are chances that people can blackmail, they lure the money kind of thing. So we have to be careful when in a social media platforms. So there are chances that in every chance there is every chance that this kind of information which is available, right? The survey also states very clearly the real names of the people are available 88%. The age of the real age of the person 65%. Email address 58%, mobile number 49%, bank account details. Just see 7% of the people's bank account details are available, right? So once this kind of information is available, there are chances that people can be easily lured or easily targeted, right? So that is what we wanted to say. How it happens, like we have seen one case, you will be seeing another case right now, right? So photographs can be taken, altered and distributed in public platforms, and they will try to blackmail you. Exploitation of personal information and identity theft. Yesterday I got a call, once these kind of mobile numbers and all those things are available publicly, will you share your mobile number anywhere, your mobile number and email ID? Can you please say yes or no? Will you share your email ID and mobile number in any public places or not? Okay, Vishnath sir said like yes. Some people are saying no, right? Okay, we share. Yes, yes, right. So we always share our information. So that is a point, like where if something is happening, so that is the starting point, right? So by using the personal information, exploitation will happen, and it leads to identity theft. If I have your email ID, mobile number, I will search for further information, right? In various platforms. Then I will try to create some fake identity kind of details. It may lead to identity theft, and fake documents are created, and people are lewd like anything, right? Cyber stalking, it is a kind of harassment which happens in an online thing. Like if some of the people. Yesterday, I got a call from one of the teacher trained by us. So she is getting number of calls from number of sources, and they are harassing like anything. And she never knew like where to complain and what to complain kind of thing. So we helped her with that toll-free number of our cybercrime Gauda team, and another thing also, another number we have shared with them to block that numbers kind of thing, right? So these are the things which happens when the information is publicly available. Is inappropriate content, expose it to this as sexual content kind of thing, is making the payment to UPI. We will get back to you, sir. I will touch upon that. Younger generation is tend to be more trusting and revealing private information. So what happens if an unknown person, if you met them online, and after some time, like immediately to the social networking platform, later part of time, like we will be moving to the instant messaging platforms and other things. So that is where that entire problem starts. So you have to be careful to whom we are talking, why are we talking, what when we are talking, like what kind of information we are giving and all such kind of things. Otherwise, there is always some kind of risks are always associated. It doesn't mean that like you should not use the social media or social networking platform. You can always use them with some kind of privacy and security options. Okay, that's what like we are going to discuss in after some more slides. Okay, so this is a case like where this guy was got cheated. He's a software engineer like who's lost 57 lakhs in matrimonial fraud, and this lady is lost more than 71 lakh rupees kind of thing. So by showing all the things, like we don't want to create a threat and ambiguity among you, but like these are the cases which have happened. How these both the cases have happened. So they were in a social media platform and social networking platform, and someone has sent a request and they have accepted, and they started chatting, and later part they moved to the instant messaging platforms. Later part, finally at one point of time, like they have taken a call that like they wanted to get married each other, right? So during that point of time, so they decided like both are some before that, like some exchanging of gifts, money and all are happening, and later part finally they decided that they wanted to get married each other. Then the other party, the fraudster, told that like he's arrived India and he was stuck in the customs and all such kind of things. Later part, like the other lady started receiving number of calls, like he was here, like you have to clear the customs, taxes, courier charges, whatnot, all such kind of things. So they have done multiple transactions, whether they have money or not. They have taken money from other sources, and they have paid, and finally they realize they lost. In these both the cases, it is a same situation. Here it is not that like he's an illiterate. No, he's in software engineer here, and she is a widow who is 42 years old, right? So there are always chances such kind of things happens, but only if you take some preventive measures, some precautions, you can secure yourself in the social media platforms. These two more than 200 people were got cheated with this fraudster, right? And we should really appreciate these two angles who came forward and reported to the police, and the police have investigated, and they caught this boy and kept behind the bars. So reporting is also very, very important. If you lost something, it doesn't mean that like we should kept quiet. So please report them, so that if it is came to know other people, at least they will safeguard from from this learnings kind of thing. At the same time, if there are chances, you also will be saved from these things. So this boy, he's a 9th class boy. He started misusing his classmates' photograph and blackmailing the parents, right? So you have to be careful when you are in a social media platforms kind of thing. There are always advantages are there, disadvantages are also there. If you are using with a secured manner, you can always secure yourself in the social media platforms kind of thing. Okay, so since I think everyone is using the WhatsApp, is everyone using the WhatsApp or not? Please say yes or no. And if at all, if you are using the WhatsApp, I just wanted to discuss the privacy and security options. You all also can do it along with me. Are you all ready to do it along with me? The privacy and security options I am going to discuss with you. And are you all ready to do it along with me? Please say yes or no. Very good, very good, very good. Please open your WhatsApp. Thank you so much, ma'am, sir. Please open your WhatsApp. Please open your WhatsApp. So once you open your WhatsApp, please click on the 3 dots. Once you click on the 3 dots, right? Once you click on the 3 dots, you will be getting a lot of options: new group, broadcast, link devices, and finally you will be getting an option called settings. Click on the settings. The first option is accounts. Choose the accounts. First choose the accounts option. Once you choose the first accounts option, there is something called privacy. There is something called the first option is privacy. Under the privacy, the first option is whether you wanted to make your profile picture, you wanted to make your profile picture private or open to everyone. Okay, so if you want to, you can just see last seen my contacts. There is the option there. You can just take a call. I'm focusing on a few important aspects. If you click on profile picture, then you will be getting 3 options. You wanted to keep it to everyone, or only my contacts, or my contacts except. So which option will you choose? I have chosen only my profile picture is visible to only the contacts which are I am having. That means, so I am having a contact, I know the person like who is in my WhatsApp message also, instant messaging platform also. So which option will you choose? Everyone, my contacts, or my contacts expect. So which option will you choose? I have chosen my contacts. Okay, so that other people cannot see. Who are the other people? I will show it to you, right? My contacts is right. Thank you, sir. And second, thank you. So please, we'll move to the next one. So you have seen the privacy. The next option is, in the privacy, the next option is status. Okay, the next option is status. In the status, you have my contacts. My contacts accepts only share with the people, right? If you want to share your status, like you will be keeping a lot of videos, pictures, and all such kind of things. So those things, who should see? Either only your contacts, or your contacts expects some XYZ people, or only share with your family and friends group. So those decisions you can take. So these are the options which are provided by the platform, right? So I suggest, and I think most of the people also will choose my contacts. Okay, so better to restrict your status only to your contacts rather than to everyone kind of thing. All right, and groups. So this is very, very important. Everyone, my contacts expect. What do you mean by the groups, right? For example, Jagdish, I wanted to send, I wanted to add you into my WhatsApp group. So at this point of time, I can straight away add you into my WhatsApp group. If you, because your option is everyone. If you choose only my contacts, you will be getting a notification says that Jagdish wanted to add you into his WhatsApp group. Will you allow or not? Okay, that you can take a call. That you can take a call, right? So please keep profile picture only my contacts, status also only my contacts, and groups also my contacts. If at all, if you are leaving it to everyone, everyone can send a mail to you. That mail automatically it will come and it will sit in your WhatsApp message platform, right? So to safeguard yourself, better to keep only my contact, so that you won't be receiving you work only for 30 minutes, you can earn some 2,000, 3,000 rupees. All such kind of messages you never ever receive, right? So this is the with respect to the privacy. When it comes to the privacy, there is something called fingerprint lock, which I am not touching upon. And second option is in the account, there is the second option is security, right? In the security, privacy, security, two-step verification, right? In the security, in the two-step verification, if you choose the two-step verification, immediately the extreme right side screen you will be getting. In that screen, there is something called enable. If you click on that enable, it will ask you to enter a 6-digit code. Okay, if you once you enter the 6-digit code, it will ask also asking the email ID, which is not necessary. You can skip, and you can freeze that 6-digit and keep done. If you click on done, automatically that is done. So no one can open your WhatsApp, right? So no one can open your WhatsApp. So the moment once you set this pin, the moment you set this pin and you click on the done, so whenever someone is wanted to open that WhatsApp account, it will ask you the 6-digit code. It will ask you the 6-digit code. If you supply the 6-digit code, if you provide the 6-digit code, then only you can open the WhatsApp. So till that time you cannot open that thing. Till that time you cannot open. No one can open. So if the other person knows that, like your 6-digit pin code, then only they can open your WhatsApp. So by any chance, if you lost the phone also, people cannot open your WhatsApp immediately, because it is a password protected. So these are the privacy and security options which are provided by this platform. So you can set and you can be safe in this platforms. Otherwise, there are so many scenarios which we have seen. Now also you can search it in the search engine. There is a one couple. That fraudster cheated both of them. Both the couple. So without knowing the madam, he cheated the son. Without knowing the son, he cheated the madam. So finally, both of them together, they lost more than 10 lakh rupees. Later, they have approached the police people. Of course, like they have not recorded any single rupee also, right? If the profile pictures are available publicly, the status are available publicly, there are chances that people can be marked and can be blackmailed kind of thing, right? So because of those things, like if you can set these things, you can be safeguard yourself. And next advantage is, okay, you won't get this kind of messages also. As I told you, like if you spend for 1 hour, you will be getting these messages and you will be winning this Kaun Banega Crorepati, and all such kind of things you won't be getting. Okay, so that's the advantage by providing this security and privacy options on your thing. And the very important thing, like you will be getting a lot of messages, you will be getting a lot of videos and all the things. It will eat your memory. Like what is the phone memory which you are having, whether it is a 128 or 256, by within 6 months or 12 months, so entire memory will be eaten by this videos, photographs and all the things. To avoid such kind of things, WhatsApp has given these options recently. If you go to any individual or any group, the first option is click on group info. The moment you click on the group info, you will be getting an option called media visibility. If you click on the media visibility, by default it is yes, and all the media, like what are the media you're getting from the individuals and other people, all the media will be dumped onto your phone memory, right? If you choose no, and if you click on OK, it won't be delivered. Nothing, no media will be delivered into your phone memory. But all the media, like which is coming onto your WhatsApp, which will be there. If you click on save, then only the media will be saved. If you're choosing no, no media will be dumped onto the thing, right? Hope it is clear to you. Hope you are able to, at least if some people have done, it's well and good. If whoever has not done, hope they are able to do it. At least the privacy, security, and these things, right? Thank you, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I have done. Very good. Thank you, Vipin, sir. Yeah. So this is how you can safeguard your phone memory kind of thing. Right, Sanjay Kumar, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, mom. Thank you, sir and mom. Right. So this way, like you can protect your WhatsApp, this thing, and you also can safeguard your internal phone memory. Otherwise, all unwanted images, unwanted links will come. it may, there are chances that it may infect any malware or a Trojans kind of thing on your device. It may lead to some kind of issues, right? So once you are restricted, thank you, sir. And once you are restricted from everyone to group or my contacts, you won't be getting this kind of information also, right? All right. So I hope it is understand. I hope you all got this point and made these changes also. Thank you. And these are the some security tips. For all the security tips, you can always visit our portal. So you will be getting lots such information. Thank you. Thank you, Naveen Sharma sir. Right. The reason why I'm saying, we all know that, one individual picture will give you 1,000 words of information. The same thing is very much true in the digital world also. There is a website called tinai.com. So in this tinai.com, so what it says, like, like we are uploading a lot of images in our social media platforms. So whether those images are used only by you or any others are using. Okay. Okay, my question is simple. You will be uploading hundreds of images or tons of images. So those pictures are only with you or someone else is using, right? So this website will give you information. If you upload the picture into this website, then it will give you information whether this picture, like, this is my logo. So whoever are using, this is belongs to ISEA, but this is, someone is using and mobile server is using, and information, news, tips, and all this kind of thing. Other people are also started using. So through this website, I came to know my ISEA logo is used more than 10 people. So where you can find all this information. If at all if they're using without your knowledge or without your information, then you can talk to them and ensure that like that photo should be removed from your thing. And if any other people created fake profiles also, then you will come to know whether anyone is using, then you can report them accordingly, right? Okay, this is one website where you can find that information. There is another website called pic2map.com. pic2map.com. In that website, if you upload your image, it will give you the complete what is the camera you have used, what date, what is the address, city, longitude and latitude. Top of all those things, it also will give you where you are residing, all right? So that kind of otherwise where you have taken this picture, in other way around, where you have taken this picture, okay, that information also you will be giving. Along with that, like, these are the things, what is the file information, which instrument you have used, and what is the date and time, GPS information, location information, and other things, right? So these are the dangers involved in any thing like which you are uploading. If the pictures are there marked and all, like, which we are seen, witnessed, and we are reading all the things. So please careful when you are uploading any images in the social media platforms. Now we are not restricting, and we are not also telling you not to use any platforms. Use the platforms, but ensure that only group photos are uploaded, rather than upload group photos rather than individual photos, especially all the young girls and the younger women. It is a serious advice, not to uh, thank you, Naveen sir, not to upload your individual images. Try to upload group images, and try to keep low resolution images. As we are known, like, what are the camera using 108 megapixel, 58, 96, 64 pixel, and all the things. So these are high resolution images. It could be anything, it could be done, right? So keeping in those things, try to upload group photos rather than individual photos, and try to upload low resolution images rather than high resolution images, and try to upload minimal information. Why someone should aware, like, you're traveling in a metro, you're traveling in you're leaving to office kind of thing, right? So it is not all that such kind of information is there. So that kind of information, please try to restrict yourself in the thing, in the website, so that you can be protected. At the same time, it is not only you means your entire family, your entire organization, right? So that way, like, you have to be careful and try to limit your presence or limit your postings in the social media platforms, so that we will be in a safer environment. Okay, hope you all got my point. Okay, let's move on to the next part. So for the Facebook also, I can show it to you, but here I'm just showing it in the screenshots So once the session is over, you can just see that. Okay. So in the Facebook also, the moment you open it, there is a drop down arrow. Is there a website that will misuse the pictures we upload? I will let you know. You can see, sir, like I told you, the tinai.com, you can find out easily, right? And you can click on this drop down arrow and click on the settings. And the first option is security and settings. As I told you, right, your PC information goes, right? In the security and logins, you can just see, okay, where you have logged in. So it shows where you have logged in. So I'm in Hyderabad, I went somewhere and it shows that like I'm in Bangalore. This system is opened in Bangalore in a Windows PC. So operating system he knows, and which Windows I'm using, and where, what is the location. So which is the device I'm using, where I have using, right? All these things are, you can see that. And in the at the bottom, there is something called two-factor authentication, right? What is the two-factor authentication? It is just one more. Thank you, Sanjeev sir. It is a one more set of authentication where you will be, setting, like I just told you in the WhatsApp. Similarly, you can ensure this two-factor authentication is enabled to your FB Facebook page also, so that you will be safe, right? You can security login where you are logged in. This information is also goes out of your hand, so you have to be careful. Like what has to be done. Also, I'm just going to show it to you right now, right? So importantly, here, like you have general security and all these things, and here you have something called timelines and tagging, right? What timelines you have to do. These are all options which you can see it and do it. I will focusing on more on the privacy options. There is something called privacy options. So this is not restricted to you only, sir, madam. It is not only to you and to you. It is for our family members also, to our son, children, brother, sister, whoever is there. So for everyone, right? So who can see your friend list? You may be having 50, 100, 200, 300 friends also. Okay, if you are opening it to everyone, so everyone can see your friend list. But ensure that your friend list, if you click on edit, there are the options only me, only with group, friend, and there are so many options. But I strongly suggest your friend list should not be open to the public. Your friend list should only with you. Your friend list should not be seen to anyone. And at the same time, like email address and mobile number, you might have been given that email address and mobile number also in your social media platforms. So ensure that all these things, your friend list, mobile number, email ID, should be restricted to you only me. No other should see you, right? Otherwise, this is if the friend list is open, so they will say like, I'm the friend of friend. You will be getting a request saying that I'm a friend of, I'm a friend of this officer, right? So they can easily say, right? They can send a friend request to Sanjeev Kumar sir. He says that I'm a friend of Umakant Chaubey sir, right? So this is what happens. So Sanjeev Kumar sir knows Umakant sir, but Sanjeev Kumar sir, he does not know like who are the friends of Umakant sir, right? So how that person came to know Umakant sir name? Because the friend list is open, right? So ensure that your friend list should not be open to the public at any cost. So this option is available under the privacy in your thing. So ensure that go to the privacy and set everything only me, not open to anything to the public. And one more thing, recently, on your mobile phones, you may be having a Facebook account also. By default, it is coming nowadays. So if at all, if you're logged in and if you're left out, so like what are the browsing and what are the transactions you are doing, all such kind of information is goes to them. There is an option called, there is an option called offline, making. That option is also available here only. That also you can just see. They are also capturing. If you are online and if you are not using the Facebook also, they're also capturing your data. So please ensure that if you if you keep these privacy and security options, and if you enable this two-factor authentication, and if you enable all those privacy options which I have shown it to you, you can 99% you can safeguard your Facebook page. Okay, so please do that. Because of the time constraint, I'm not showing it to the live. Otherwise, I should have been shown it to you. Okay. Facebook offline also. So that option is also there. So that option also you have to disable, so that like what are the transaction you are doing on your mobile phone, they won't capture. Otherwise, they will capture. You also can see a face of Facebook activity. If you can just go to the first option, like this option, you can go there and immediately you can just see what is the of Facebook activity which is happening. Okay, so that way, like if you can restrict all these things, you can say safeguard your FB account also. By any chance, in spite of these things, if any account is hacked, if your account is hacked, just type this comment facebook.com hacked, and they will be asking some questions. Please respond to them, and you can get your account back. If you want to report, if it is hacked, that means the account is not with you. Account is with you, and if someone is created a fake account by using your details, you have to use the report. In the place of hack, use the report. In the place of hack, please use the report, right? If you use the report, you can report them also. If any fake ID got created, you can report them, and you can tell them so that they will try to help you. So these are the two things where you can use these things, safeguard your account kind of thing, right? Yes, sir. And yeah, I think there is a question. People install Truecaller by that insurance phone numbers and other persons stored in their mobiles. Should we use Truecaller or not? So I seriously say that the Truecaller is not is not an option, Gaurav Kumar sir. If it is a paid version, then you can use it. If it is a free version, there are chances that the data can goes out of your hand. If it is a free version, don't use that. If it is a paid version, you can use it, Gaurav sir, right? So this is how you can safeguard your a Facebook account from hacking and report kind of thing, right? Thank you, sir. So these are the things which happens. Otherwise, if at all if you are opening, there are chances that they can clone your complete account, and on your behalf, they will be sending a lot of communication kind of thing. In recent times, we also had the call forwarding option. If someone calls you and says that star 04 and star hash, and if someone says that code, and if you enter that, they will tell you the mobile number also. So if someone is asking and calling you and asking to call forward options kind of thing, so please be careful. Don't entertain any such kind of calls, and never ever entertain or do anything if someone says an online, right? Unless if you call them for some kind of assistance. If someone is calling, recently we found these kind of crimes are happening. So, sir, we received a complaint stating that your, in your area, you are not getting your phone calls properly, right? So they will tell you like that. We got a complaint stating that like you are not receiving your proper calls in your mobile kind of thing. So that is the reason like we have called you from this XYZ company as a customer care. So we will tell you, please do this, sir, and immediately your problem will be rectified kind of thing. So that is what they are saying. So please never ever follow anyone's instructions, especially which are came through phone calls kind of thing, right? So this is recently happening. So that is the reason. So I was suggesting you. So as I told you, be careful about putting your information. Share limited information rather than rather than keeping your full information kind of thing, right? So these are the some things which are there in this. So if at all if you are using any pen drives kind of thing, nowadays pen drives are coming up with password protection. So try to use that the pen drives. If at all if you lost the pen drive also, if the pen drive is protected with pin number kind of thing, so you can safeguard your data. You won't lose your data, right? Try to follow this 90-60-30 policy. Whenever you morning once you got up, so at least try to keep your phone 90 minutes away. The moment you got up, don't go to the phone immediately. Try to keep the phone 90 minutes away. Try to focus on some physical exercise or whatever you would like to do it. So once you come back from the office, keep the mobile aside at 60 minutes. Try to spend your time with the family members, and especially when you are before you go to the sleep, try to keep the mobile phone for 30 minutes away, and after that you can go to the bed. Before going to the bed, if you are seeing the WhatsApp, and if you receive some kind of message from the boss saying this, I wanted this report and all the things, always that kind of things are there. So try to follow this 90-60-30 formula and be healthy. Be healthy. Thank you, Vipinji. And be healthy in the healthily you can use it. Okay. Let's move on to the financial things. We will just spend some another few minutes. Is it a good? Is it a right ATM machine? Don't worry, we are going to leave. Okay, of course, like it is already 4:20. So if I spend another 10 more minutes, will it be okay? If I conclude my session by 4:40, it is okay. All right, thank you, Prasad sir, and all right, thank you so much, everyone. Mohan Rao sir, thank you so much. Right, don't worry, thank you so much. Is it right ATM mission? Thank you, sir and madam. Please, let's come back to the session. Is it a right ATM mission? I mean to say, like, is it a legitimate mission or is it something? Right. Thank you. A right ATM mission or some not this thing. All right. So now tell me, a top ATM machine is correct or bottom ATM machine is correct? Please type bottom or top. Both are correct. Okay, one answer. Yeah. Any other? Any other, sir, madam? Can you please respond? Top one is right machine. Okay. Top one. Anyone with the bottom machine? Anyone with the bottom machine? Right. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. All right. Thank you, sir, ma'am, for your responses. Top ATM machine is the right ATM machine. Bottom ATM machine is having, called skimmer. So there is something called skimmer. So what it will do, this ATM machine, you can just see on the right. Right, top is only correct. You are right, sir. Subodh sir, you are perfectly right. Otherwise they will be arranging some skimmer kind of thing. So if the skimmer is arranged, you can just see how sophisticated the skimmers. Okay, skimmer is there and they have kept a small camera here. It will capture your pin and further sophisticated ATM machines. So the skimmer is there. It almost looks like your ATM machine and it is capturing your data and it is also capturing your data, right? Your pin. And after that, they will be making the clone cards and they will start misusing these clone cards for taking the money out, because your card is already available, your pin is also available with them, right? This is how they are cloning the cards and using. You can just see how sophisticated they are. There is physically access, there is no difference. You cannot differentiate between these two ATM machines, but the skimmer is there. And something the ATM somewhere that camera also will be there. It will capture your details. So please be careful when you are doing the transactions in outskirts of the city and in some of the remote locations kind of thing. So please see that ATM is correct or not, and after that try to do that. They're keeping here. So this is capturing your pin. This is capturing your pin, and they're capturing your data, right? So sophisticated technology is developing every day. People have started using. So please be careful while using any of these kind of things, right? So whenever you are entering the pin, please, if the corona, please give the money and please wash your hands. But never ever give your card. In spite of giving the card also, try to type the pin, not to share the pin with anyone, right? Those are the things, right? I think you all understood that. Whenever you are doing any online transaction, please ensure three things. The first thing is like whether you have a padlock or not. Second thing, whether the HTTP is there or not. And if you click on the padlock, you will be getting this general media permission security, right? In the security option, if you click that security option, right, it shows that digital certificate, the validity of the digital certificate. Can you see this? Expires on January 24, 2022. So they might have been. Now you please go and check if you are having an SBI account, you can just go there and check it. If you click on that, padlock, you will be getting the certificate with a new expiry date. Right? So you have to check these three things. Whenever you are doing, wherever you are giving your username and password, whether it could be your online account, whether it could be your email, whether it could be your official email ID, you have to ensure that HTTPS lock symbol. Click on the lock symbol. Check the validity of the certificate once in a while, if not regularly. The certificate is validity or not. So if this certificate is valid, so that means we all know, like in our processes also, quality check. So someone has checked it and given the certification, and it is a safe hosting certificate. So it means that the transaction you can do it, which is a safe, right? If you observe these three things, and the transaction is safe, right? So this is the difference. If it is HTTPS site, if at all if you are sharing your password, the fraudster can see the password. If it is HTTPS, the fraudster cannot see your password. He cannot see your password. From here it will be encrypted, and the data will be transmitted in an encrypted mode. Wherever you are giving your username and password, ensure that where it should have HTTPS lock symbol, padlock symbol, and the digital certificate. Hope it is clear to all of you. And so this is the message. If at all if you are having, it is not that like a bank problem. It is a problem by the users. You might have been received this kind of messages. Your KYC is pending, and your YONO app is not working, and all the things. So the moment you click on that, it is almost looks as SBI website. If you give your username and password, they will ask you the password. You will get a password. If you enter that password, you will be getting this kind of information. So during that time, they will deduct the money. Okay, if at all if you are having an SBI account, you might have been received. Anyone receives this kind of messages? Did anyone receive this kind of messages? Please say yes or no, sir, in the chat area. Yes, if at all if you are having an SBI, this kind of messages are received. Please never ever click. So it is almost looks like an SBI website, but it is not an SBI website, and there are a lot of chances that you may lose your money. So one of the client has lost this money by submitting the KYC kind of thing. So please never ever do anything. And whenever you are doing any online transactions kind of thing, so please be careful, right? Whenever you are making a payment, that time you enter your payment details, and you enter the payment details. And once the transaction is over, please remove the payment method. Please remove the payment method from the application. What are the application you are using? Whether it could be your Amazon, any e-commerce platform, Amazon, Flipkart, and all such kind of things, any website. Please, once you are making the payment, enter the payment details. Once you are done with the payment details, remove the payment method. Right, there is options are there, and you can find out their videos also how to remove the payment method kind of thing. The reason why I'm saying to remove the payment method is, like as I told you, like once we come back to the office or from the work, we will be keeping the mobile. Our children or someone may be using online games kind of thing. So when you are in online games, recently there are some cases also. When you are playing the online games, there are chances that when your online gaming is happening, after some 2-3 levels kind of thing, they will ask you the money. They will deduct the money without your knowledge. They will deduct the money. Right? How they will deduct the money? You will be surprising. How they will deduct the money? So without the CV, they can't deduct. No, right? If it is a domestic transaction, so that transaction is happening within India, then they require your CVV, expiry date, OTP, and all. If it is international transaction, only your card number is sufficient. Only your card number is sufficient, right? Any international transactions, immediately the transaction will be materialized. They never ask your OTP, CVV, expiry, and all the things. These things will be asked with domestic transactions. These things won't be asked in international transaction. That is the difference. That is the reason I'm suggesting you, once the transaction is over, any travel websites also, once the transaction is over, remove the credit card details, right? There are chances, otherwise there are some kind of chances are there. So people can take away that credentials and all this kind of things. I think in the earlier session, Madam has covered this. Okay, this is a smishing website. It is HTTPS, Bitly, and all the things, but it is not the real website, right? So please be careful while doing that. So please remove the payment method in any transaction wherever you are doing, right? So with that, I just come to end of my that session. So before I conclude, let me show you my portal. So this is my portal called infosecawareness.in. So please visit this infosecawareness.in. There is something called 2-hour course, Cyberizing 2-hour course. So please click on here and try to click on login. And if you're already registered, it will be you can register. Otherwise, you can just click on register. It will get ask you some details. Once you share the details, you can start accessing this course. Okay, I request each one of you. I request each one of you, the officer, register for this course, enroll yourself, and try to finish this course. And you will be having these modules, and you can enhance your knowledge. Okay. And okay, I hope this is clear. Please visit this infosecawareness.in. So I'm also keeping this in the chat area for your information. Visit, enroll, and you can enhance your knowledge. So this is one thing. So either tomorrow or by Monday, we will be sending a assessment link to all of you. We by tomorrow, by Sunday, by Monday, we will be sending a mail to all the registered IDs, all the registered participants, and who are attended to today's session. So we will be sending a mail to you, sir. In that mail, today's sessions in YouTube link we will be sending, and we are also sending this cyber hygiene course, and we are also sending one assessment link to you. Once you click on that assessment link, you have to use the email ID which you are using for registration. You have to use the email ID which you have used for registration. The same email ID you have to use it, and submit. It will ask you some details. Share the details, and immediately you will be getting the feedback window. Give your feedback on the session, and later part you will be getting a small assessment. So which are happening from morning to now. You have listened 4 sessions. So you will be having a small assessment. Completely complete that assessment and download your certificate there itself. You can instantly download your details there itself. Okay, instantly download your certificate there itself. So this is from my side. And if you have any questions, kindly keep it in the chat area so that I will try to respond to you. By Monday, we will send you the assessment link to all the people who are registered, kind of thing. So here are some questions I will try to address. And still, if you have any questions, kindly keep it in the chat area so that I will try to respond to you. Sir, course material can be shared. Yes, we will share it with you, sir, in our mail. Is making the payment using UPI safe? Yes, 100% it is safe, sir. We will not share the bank details, mobile number, etc. Sir, UPI payment. If you are paying money, that MPIN is required. If you are receiving money, that MPIN is not required. So that is only the security measure you should take care. Whenever you are making any UPI payment, or whenever you are making the QR code payments kind of thing, whenever you are making, then only you share the UPI pin. Whenever you are receiving the money, there is no need of sharing your MPIN or nothing. No information is required to share with them, right? Hope it is clear to you, Umakant sir. Is making the UPI payment? Yes, that is. I hope it is clear to you, sir. Sir, can the keystrokes virtual keyboard be captured by the keyloggers? It will be captured, sir. But don't worry, keyloggers it will capture your virtual keyboard. But every time the keyboard will be different. Virtual keyboard is always different. Every time the pattern of the virtual keyboard is always differs. So that if it is capturing also, it cannot capture a single pattern. So guessing the virtual keyboard is always difficult for the fraudsters. So that's only the reason the virtual keyboard has brought in for all online banking kind of thing. So try to use the virtual keyboard rather than your physical keyboard. Thank you for asking the question, Kishan sir, Krishnan KM sir. And Naveen Sharma sir, thank you for the exhaustive information session. Request you the presentation to be shared. Yes, we will do it, sir. Thank you for the exhaustive session. Definitely, we will share it with you, sir. Umakant sir said, okay. Kishan sir said, thank you. Right. So, still, if you have any questions, keep it in the chat area. Otherwise, we will conclude the session. So, please let us know. Hope this entire training program is useful to you from morning to evening. So if you got something, you got benefited out of this thing from these sessions. Thank you so much, sir and madam, for your kind words. Vipin Dev sir, thank you for your kind words. Right. So thank you all of you, and please take care of yourself, and please be vigilant when you are using any of these social networking. Anything you are doing in the digital platform. Thank you so much, sir and madam. Please take care. And with this, like we are concluding the session here, you may leave. Please let us know your feedback in this thought area. And after the thing, you can leave the thing. You can leave the platform. Thank you so much. And especially, I thank Sri Naresh, from our team, who is coordinated from morning to evening. Nicely is coordinated, and and is organizing this session. Thank you, Nareshji, for your kind support. Right, and thank you, Saran ma'am, for your patience and patiently listening and asking excellent questions in the platform from morning to now. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Nareshji?
you all the participants.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can conclude this session and you can close the thing also. Thank you.
Thank you all the participants. If you have any queries, you please write to the mail where you have received this link to join the session. Accordingly, we will get back to you. Thank you so much. And I have shared that recorded video. It is available in our YouTube channel. I just shared that website link. Just go down and visit our social media there, and please like and share all the awareness tips. Thank you so much.